Hi everyone, it's me Darlene with a head cold thingy going on. That thing that I get every now and then, Wednesday night, just before going to bed, all of a sudden I was like, my throat is sore a little bit. And I was like, fuck. Because I know what that means. And I had been tired. I was tired and had a little bit of a headache. And I'm not a headache person. So I went to bed, and then I started sneezing, and I woke up congested, coughing, all of that. And that was Thursday morning, and this is only Saturday. Is this Saturday? Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to have much trouble with this one. I feel pretty good. You know, I'm still a little congested, but it's not stopping me from doing anything. Joe, on the other hand, is pretty sick. He is in bed, sleeping. I hope I'm not waking him up, but you may hear him coughing. He's got it bad in his lungs, and I wanted to take him to the ER today, but he's just resting right now. He does have an appointment with his primary care on Wednesday, but again, this is Saturday, and it's just a little bit more dangerous for him because he's got a lot of things wrong with him, his diabetes, and I don't know if anything else would affect that, but he, he's just feeling like shit. He's resting right now, and if he wants to go to the ER, I will certainly take him. He doesn't have a fever right now. I know he did last night, could not find the thermometer. Is that what we use? Yes, I can't even remember names of things. But he was burning up, and he was shivering. He could not get warm enough. I even gave him a heating pad, and he was just really cold, and aches and pains, and I could tell in his eyes. But right now, he's cool, comfortable, sleeping. His breathing is okay. It's not like all raspy. He's just got a cough, and we're going to, hopefully he'll be all right, and that we can just go to the doctor on Wednesday. I, on the other hand, got a lot of stuff done. I got up early, got a lot of stuff done, and it's a weekend, so I don't have my chores. I don't do my organizing and my cleaning and all that stuff on weekends, other than my regular stuff. I never have dishes in the sink. I never have trash that needs to be taken out. I do that almost every day. I take trash out because Rocket and I take walks, and I use just grocery bags, like Walmart bags. I have a small little trash can in the kitchen. When a bag is full, I tie it, and then when I go for walks, I don't have much to carry, but sometimes I'll have 2 or 3. Anyway, I take out the trash regularly because it gives me a reason to take Rocket out. We get everything done, all accomplished. Rocket's doing good. So I got a bunch of stuff done, and I worked this morning on the Scrappy Afghan, and I'm to the point where I need to be piecing and then filling in the gaps. And so I don't have anything to bring to AA to crochet unless I, have to fill gaps, which I will have to, but I have to do that crocheting right here at home on my table. I can't just say, oh, well, do a piece this big and, whatever. I need to be measuring and making sure it fits and all that, and I don't want to be bringing that whole Afghan with me. It's not very big, but I like it. I don't like it as much as my first one. I liked the black grout, I'm going to call it, as opposed to the white. And I just liked the characteristics of the other one. It was crooked and puffy and all that. I did not like the back of it. I like the other side to look okay too. And since the back was already ugly, I was traveling yarn. I was just like crocheting big long slip stitches to get my yarn from this point to over here so I could start joining. So it really was a hot mess on the back. And I started thinking, well, I can definitely get cotton yarn and make crocheted dishcloths at AA. And I'd like to do that. I'd like to have a dishcloth every week for my auctions. Speaking of auctions, I keep forgetting to say it on video. Last night I did a mystery quilt blog video and didn't even mention that I have 25 auctions up right now for a lot of scrappy things. And the quilt top that I made with the 99 squares and a dishcloth. So link is in the description, and I'll put the link specifically to my auctions and then one to my eBay store. Go check out those auctions. They're up for a week. At the time that I'm talking to you right now, they've only been up for what? I think they went up Thursday night, and this is Saturday, so they're up there for a little bit. Okay, so back to what? Oh yeah, so I could do dishcloths, and I'd like to do those, once a week. Just knock out a dishcloth. Somebody might like to have one of my dishcloths that I made. But the thing is the cotton yarn dishcloths, they're so absorbent. And I always tell people, wet it, wring it out, and then sop up your spills. It just sucks anything right off the counter. Derek loved his for, he'd wet it and wipe his mirror, and then he would rinse it, wring it out good, and then just dry the mirror. It's so nice. So if you haven't tried a crocheted or knitted cotton dishcloth, it has to be cotton, because acrylic and stuff, that doesn't absorb shit. And they're nice. So you could go see if you want to bid on mine. These are all little things. They all start at a penny. They're all, I think there's one thing still at this time that I'm talking to you that is still a penny. It's the Christmas cats. It's a cute print, but I think people just aren't into Christmas yet. But you just have to save it. You have to save it in your stash. I also thought, though, I want so much to start doing freeform or freestyle crocheting. There is a difference. Freestyle is when you don't follow a pattern, but you're generally making things even. Like freestyle might be just saying, okay, I'm just going to come up with a stitch like I do. I come up with stitches, crochet stitches. I have a playlist link for that too. That's freestyle. I'm not following directions, but the form is normal. I'm doing rows. Freeform is more where you're just all over the place. You're not creating squares or whatever. You're just crocheting in all directions. You can have circles and stuff and then put these things together, and that's cool. So I wanted to do that, but it's important to me that I can do it on the go, that I can just make pieces and not have to bring a whole Afghan with me. And I love Mosaic. And you can just crochet shapes and then put the black if you want black, and then crochet on that. But again, now you're building off one thing, and that has to go with you. And I was determined to come up with a way to let me do pieces and not have to worry too much about sizes. I think I might have figured it out. The thing that worries me the most is that, and I wasn't committing, I was crocheting things and not even cutting the yarn, and I was like, could I do this? Could I do that? Could I put these pieces together and that? And I was even adding the grout, and but nothing was cut, so I could take everything apart and not have just all these pieces of yarn. And I thought, okay, I think I can do this. It's actually maybe a little bit more forgiving than doing the scrappy Afghans that I'm making, because if you want an even edge, you have to make pieces that fit the space. With the Mosaic, the spaces are different shapes. And if you ever look at Mosaic, didn't I do something Mosaic here? Yeah, this is a coaster I made at a previous art class. So you can see, I need a pointer. You can fill in gaps with extra, black. See, this right here. And then, whoa, I have to do this all backwards. See this right here? That's extra black. So you're not really committed to filling the spaces with color. I just love that. And I think I'm going to like it. So I finally committed, and I made 3 pieces, and I was quickly able to put them together. And do you want to see? Let me see. I wasn't going to show you, but I'm going to show you. Oh, and one thing is I've learned that when I'm at the end or at the edge of something, I will split my yarn and tie it to secure it, but I don't tuck it in until it's trapped in the center somewhere, because I can use this to repair anything that might look like a hole or something, like if the yarn was too tight. And so I wait. Okay, I have 3 pieces that I made, and it's this. I know, doesn't look like much. But I on purpose like slanted this one and added a lot more black here, because I like that. I like those black spaces, and I want them to be also wonky, not just the pieces. So this is what I've got so far, and I think I'm going to like it. So now, like, my plan is to just maybe come up with like a square or something. I'm having to learn my shape names. Obviously, I know square, rectangle, triangle, circle. I know circle. Oval, which is not really called oval, is it? Ellipse, eclipse, ellipse. Oh my God, I have to look now. Ellipse. Why would I say eclipse? And I think this, I did it on a slant. It might look like it just got pulled, but I on purpose decreased on one side and increased on the other, so it would be slanted. And I guess that is a parallelogram. And this is a trapezoid, a very tall one. A trapezoid needs 2 parallel lines opposite. And it says it's like a triangle with the top cut off. And that's exactly what I have, a triangle. But then I said I'm not going to make it to a point. This was actually a triangle, but it gets rounded off, you know, when you're doing the edging and things like that. So this is what I have to start. Oh, and see the back. Look, the back is nice and neat. I'm back to my black, and I'm also still doing the edging. You can tell by the little lines around my pieces. That probably wouldn't be necessary, but it does make for a neater back. I'm telling you, it does. And it does look more neat than if you're just doing single crochets in there. So this, I don't have high hopes of teaching anybody how to actually do this, but I think if you're an experienced crocheter, when I start this series, I'll show you how to make some of the shapes. I'll probably be better at it, you know, because I'll have done more, because those are what I'm going to be doing now in AA, just those pieces. And then I join them at home after that other Afghan is done. I think I can show you how to make the pieces and how to go around, and then just show you how I might attach something. You know, it's all up to each individual how they want to do things, but I'm telling you, this stuff is right up my alley. I just love it so much. And feeling like I feel right now, my head is kind of heavy, you know, it just feels so good to just crochet and do something relaxing. And the other thing I do love very much is doing the mystery blocks, the mystery quilt blocks. And again, of course, I get comments, well, you know, it's better if you show us this and this and that. And that's like, I'm sorry, this is for me. I just want to be able to sit and sew. Like I used to do with crumb quilting. I used to do crumb chats. And I really would like to get back to that too, where I'm just slapping crumbs together. And I liked it because I used to love to make the crumb blocks and then put them on eBay for a penny. And it always made me happy when somebody was excited to win that. So I need to start getting back to more of that. It's just a matter of time because I have a lot of series going on. But I did have to cut back, obviously, the one that we were going to do, the row by row Afghan. And I had the video saying it's happening, and then the next video was it's not happening because I was stressed. And I knew I didn't want to tackle it at that time. Maybe in the future I can revisit that. And other ones I haven't done. I wanted to do like projects, holiday projects, like even Christmas, Easter, Valentine's, stuff like that. Simple things. Didn't do that. I also, I wanted so much to do a series of showing you guys gifts that I bought, one per month all year long. I did that before when Derek was little. Every month I would buy a Christmas gift for him or birthday. I think I was getting one for Christmas, one for birthday, because his birthday was January too, so it was very close to Christmas. And I loved that. It was like dollar store stuff. He was a kid, and it just gave him a lot of gifts to open, and, you know, it was fun. But now I still would like to do that and, you know, just pick something up and then not be rushing at the end. It made me miserable this past Christmas. I was like shopping at the last minute and didn't even wrap. I just used priority boxes to put gifts in, took the boxes home after. You know, it's like... So it was kind of sad. But I mean, everybody liked it, but I was stressed to the max. And I wanted to do that series and just show you guys what I got. And even if it was from the thrift store, I wouldn't have cared. I haven't been to the thrift store in a long time. And Joe loves to go to thrift stores. But I still have an issue with shopping and bringing stuff home that I know he'll never use. Because he likes to buy anything. He is so much like my father, so much. And he, you know, just wants to go home with something. He's like, oh, I like this. And it's like, now, if he was working, that would be fine. Spend your money any way you want. The only money he's making right now is working for me. And sometimes he picks up an odd job, but he is trying to get his disability because he is just not able to work. So broken. He's a broken man because he can't be out working like he wants and doing what he wants. Even when my father retired as a lobsterman, because it was a lot, and he was getting up there. I think he did it till his early 70s. He, you know, asked another lobsterman, a younger guy, and said, you know, if you need help, I'll come help you. You don't even have to pay me. But the guy said, I'll pay you, because my father just wanted to be on the ocean. He just didn't want the responsibilities anymore of the traps and storms and bad hauls where you don't make any money. And so he did that, and he was so broken. That man, he was young. I think he was only like maybe in his early 30s. And my father called him and said, you know, that night, you know, what do you think in the morning? You think you're going out? You know, they were really, really friendly, and my father really liked that man. And somebody answered and said that he died. And my father took it so hard. He went to the dentist, and I don't know, it had something to do with a blood clot, or I don't know if dentistry stuff could make a blood clot. But anyway, he went to the dentist and he died because of that. Whatever he had done, it ended up killing him. And my father just was devastated, absolutely devastated over that. Anyway, and then he never went back out on boats after that. That was it. Joe worked all his life, and, you know, I try to tell him, you did the work. And there were times where he made a lot of money, but he doesn't save money, you know? So he doesn't have a nest egg to live off of. And I don't mind, and I think people think that I'm probably supporting him, but I'm not. He's working for me and getting paid to do all the sorting and things like that, just like I paid my granddaughter when she worked for me. And so he earns enough to pay his bills, his insurance, car insurance, his gas, his, what's the other thing, his phone, his Netflix. Now he's got the $7 level of Netflix. And then the other thing is, what is there? There is something else. Anyway, whatever stuff he wants to buy. He pays his bills. And, but he feels lost, not having jobs, regular jobs, you know, constant roofs to do, and going out and bidding and, you know, trying to get new jobs in. And so it's sad. I did pay for Rocket's vet. I pay the vet bills because I told him I can take care of Rocket, you know, and I love Rocket, so he doesn't have to pay for Rocket's stuff. All right, you guys, I'm going to hang up now. I want to go sort. go sort fabric. First I wanted to play with this. First I worked on the other Afghan and made sure that I made progress because I need to finish that one. Then I played with this, and I do have to put a few things in the sale for my bulk sale people. I put stuff in the flash sale for those shoppers today, but my bulksters, they need something. And then I am on a mission to do, I shouldn't say it because I probably won't do it, a 500-piece scrap pack. It would be pricey. It would be pricey. And it would take a lot of time. And I told Joe, though, if we do it, I'll just be giving him that in batches. I'm never going to just, fill that table. I think I would limit it to 2 sets. I can't do just one because any fabric, well, I mean, I could, but if I usually cut fabric in pieces, so there would be 2 pieces if the fabric is big. I think I would make 2 sets. And taking the pictures would take a long time too, because I take pictures of every print when I do scrap packs so you can see what you're getting. I just think it would be fun, and like I said, it would be pricey. There are people who will spend on something like that. If I wasn't so fucking cheap, I would give anything to have 500 different prints come to me in different sizes and just play with that stuff and say, oh my God, I just think it would be cool. So all of those things are like doable. They're just time consuming. The sorting is time consuming. The taking the pictures, because I would probably, I would probably have to put the pictures on my website or something, because I like to take no more than 25, but that would be 25, that's 4 times 5, would be 20 images. It's a lot of images. I have done, I think, 50 at a time. I'd have to figure that out. My thing is no duplicates. You know how hard it is to remember? And as I'm going through fabric, like the most I've done right now is 200. I can do 200 and say, okay, I know that these fabrics are, just in, and I don't remember ever having them, so I'll work on all these. So I think the best way for me to handle it is probably, and I wish I had room, it would be to make stacks of like things, like colors, but a lot of fabrics are very multicolored, so it's hard to say if it goes in the blue pile or the green pile. But you have to make piles, and then you can sort those and see. But I did think, like, flowers, I could have just all the florals in one section, and then I can go and lay out those florals and say, okay, I don't see any doubles here. I don't know. The other way would be to just go out and order, order 500 different prints. I don't want to do that because I don't want to buy 500 yards. Anyway, I'll figure it out, and I'm just curious. And the good thing is it would not be wasted, because those sets could be broken up into other sets, smaller sets. So if nobody buys 500 pieces, I can have 5 100-piece sets. I do sell those, and I do sell 200, and then I do 50, 40, 60, whatever I'm in the mood for that day. So it wouldn't be a waste. It wouldn't even be a waste for Joe to have sorted that, because the piles would be all sorted, and all I'd have to do is say, okay, I'm going to split it right here. They're identical. When he sorts everything, and I think I would only be 2 sets anyway. Okay, I have done enough talking. I've got to go do some other stuff. Yeah, okay. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Bye. Go check out my eBay, please.